Anton Starr.
Hi,
How do my guy?
I'm good, and you?
Good. You look like one of those happy Springboks fans.
We're very happy,
he was
very
playing
happy.
yesterday, right?
Yeah, they played yesterday
Yeah. How was the game for you?
against Scotland. It was quite good.
Yeah.
We were level at 14 all for a while. Got a bit worried there. The guys got pretty close to our line, but then afterwards we pulled through and got a couple of tries and pulled off the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, funny enough, you're South African, right? Rugby is such a big thing in SA.
Yeah, it's a huge thing now.
And I don't know. I don't even know our Botswana team. I don't know the name. I don't know as much as that is so embarrassing. Tusi, do you know? Do you know our rugby team?
Easier Botswana rugby
There
team.
is actually one guy who's passionate about rugby, but yeah, very embarrassing. So I know it's a big thing for SA, hey?
Yeah,
it's
huge.
It probably follows. Is it more towards a certain? I know I'm bringing the issue of race, or is it just a sport that's liked by everyone in SA, rugby?
I don't think it's actually different for different races in South Africa. I think it's become a national sport over the years. It's in most of the schools. The schools that don't have it are starting to bring it in now.
Yeah.
Because I can remember even when I was a lot younger, my brother used to play rugby all the years as well. And when I was in primary school, there was a rugby team as well. And so I think maybe with race before, various schools were separated and they never got to play against each other. And then when the rules changed, the schools got together, kind of opened it up because now we've got a really strong team coming from all forms of backgrounds. It's kind of funny that most of the colored guys are actually doing the fancy side steps most of the time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it's maybe just down to the rhythm that the guys have.
Yeah.
But
What did you play yourself?
I played in high school a little bit, not in primary school.
Yeah.
But I played either in the lock position or the prop position.
Okay.
Which is what they call the forwards. So it's usually the big, strong, heavy guys that's up there.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's why we naturally in Botswana we're not so big. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it contributes.
The funny thing is, when I was in primary school and high school, I was quite a big guy.
Yeah.
But as the schools changed and I went to what was a previously white school,
Yeah.
which became a Model C school.
Yeah.
When we were allowed in, I was like one of the smallest guys there.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
you went from when you thought you're big and now you're small.
Yeah. Okay. So talking about the early years, you from Kimberley. Can you tell me about where you come from? How's your early years like?
Kimberley was quite a small town growing up. It wasn't as advanced as a lot of the bigger cities, Cape Town and Johannesburg. And I was lucky to have family in both bigger cities that we used to visit quite frequently over holidays and so. But it was nice and quiet. Family life was predominantly the topic of the day. Or the activities was more around family. Sports on weekends, Sundays would be occupied. Sunday afternoons would be hockey games, rugby games all around the city.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know also you like, do you do spinning? What do you call this sport?
Oh, spinning.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah.
Very,
Well,
very
I'm not a spinner.
Kimberley.
I like watching it though.
Okay.
But
It's a dangerous sport, hey?
Yeah, very, very dangerous.
But interesting and intriguing at the same time.
Yeah. I had a buddy actually after high school when we started going out and hanging out. He was actually one of the main guys that introduced spinning to South Africa, especially Kimberley.
Yeah.
Because whatever car he drove, he would spin it. Whether it was rear-wheel drive.
I just wonder how much this guy spent on the tires for all of that.
Quite a bit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, it didn't matter to him. He used to He used to spin it.
Yeah, I know you're also into cars. No?
Yeah.
You're into. Have you always been into cars?
I've always liked cars. I've always just looked at certain cars. But I'm not also somebody that likes speed. I'm more interested in like the handling of cars. So
So in the safer handling.
yeah, safer handling.
Yeah.
How the car looks and feels, and maybe even sounds. I like
Yeah.
the sounds of the cars. You have quite distinct engine sounds from different cars. VW, the 2-liter turbo motors, they've got a distinct sound. Very famous. A lot of people know them as the Vrpa.
Yes. Is it known as the same as well? That's
Yeah,
Really?
the Vrpa.
I thought it's a Botswana thing. Yeah.
No, I think it's an African thing. That's what we like.
Vrpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like calling things by the sound.
The sounds, and then you get some stuff like the Subaru
Yeah.
WRX STI motor,
Yeah.
which is a 2-liter a flat 4-cylinder. So that just means the pistons are on the sides.
Yeah.
Also has a unique sound. But I like the VR6 sound.
Okay. Do you have a loud car currently that you drive?
So currently I have a nice Golf 5 R32.
Jeez.
Standard exhaust, but it's still worth a nice sound that it has.
Yeah.
And that's a sound that I actually like. I've always liked that sound. It's completely different than any V6 motor. Even the BMW straight 6 motor doesn't sound the same. And it's just the design of the motor. It's completely unique. So yeah, it's nice to own one.
Can I ask you something personal? What's the top speed you've done on that car?
On that one,
There's no police. You can just.
I think I clocked about 240, but then I started lifting off a little bit.
That was like what? A few seconds, 240.
No, it took us a while to get to 240 because I didn't push too fast. But once I saw, okay, I'm heading to the 240 mark.
Yeah.
I just rather let off and just let it slow down on its own.
You know, I'm one of those people. I don't like speeding. I like it. I'd love me probably because I don't have a fast car, but I don't usually speed. I haven't been in an accident. I haven't, so probably scared of. I know you've been in an accident. I don't know. You can remember much from that, but speed really kills.
Yeah, speed does kill. But also it depends. So I will say that I will not take a chance on a car with the speed if I don't trust the car. Number one, number two, if I'm not comfortable with the road itself. You can only do speeds like that, in my opinion, on certain roads. And if you've driven a road a couple of times already, you would know that that's where you can be comfortable doing such kind of speeds.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of nice roads around South Africa traveling. Like I mentioned, we traveled quite a bit: Cape Town, Johannesburg, Durban.
So the N1, you've been on the N1.
I've been on the N1. The N1 is a nice road, but obviously it's one that's very busy with a lot of trucks.
Of course.
So personally, I actually like the N12 stretch between Kimberley and Three Sisters. So there's a nice little stretch of road, which isn't occupied too much by trucks, depending on the time of the year.
Like we have,
and animals.
We've got a lot of animals.
Yeah, it's nice and wide. And there's certain sections where you can see quite ahead, quite far ahead, and that helps you to be able to be more comfortable where you can try and clock 240 or something.
I'll do 240 one day when I have an R32. Cool. I just want us to go back a little bit to where you come from, Kimberley. Kimberley is well known for diamonds, and I know diamonds is your passion. You've worked. You probably most of your life. Your work life. You've worked in diamonds. Has it always been the case? Where did the passion spark from?
Right, like you're saying, most of my life I worked in the diamond industry, my working career. I guess the passion for diamonds is always really sparked from a small little story, tiny little story that I was told growing up with my mom's wedding ring. Funny enough, many years ago, when my dad and my mom were looking to actually immigrate to Australia, my dad had an opportunity to go. They were actually expecting me at that stage, and they had planned the trip. And then the doctors told them or advised them they're not allowed to fly, they're not allowed to go, airlines wouldn't allow it, and they didn't go. And then the story went that for that, making up for that, a trip that didn't happen, my dad bought my mom a diamond for a ring, to make up for a wedding.
Okay.
Which she had a wedding ring before,
Okay.
but that just kind of replaced it. But also the unique story about the diamond is that my mom's always had diamonds, funny enough. And now that I'm older,
Yeah, I've heard people in Kimberley have got diamonds stuck up in there.
now that I'm older, looking at the price of diamonds, I was like, wow, my dad really worked hard to be able to afford what he's got for her. And it's actually her birthstone. So the month of April is diamond for birthstone, and that's when her birthday is on the 8th of April. So I guess that's kind of what he knew, that it's a birthday presents, something diamond related. And she's also been quite lucky with diamonds. So I remember many years ago, Kimberley used to have, sponsored by De Beers, they used to have what they call the Diamond Rush.
Okay.
So there'd be...
What was that? What was the diamond
that was
rush?
like
Was
a local
everyone getting-
market,
Okay.
a fair type of thing. And there was a marathon that was attached to it. And all participants would be allowed to buy raffle tickets, like, for example, like flags. And it used to be held over different all the years in Kimberley. And there'd be a section where the marathon runners would be able to see who would get through to the marathon first, and they would get a chance to go and plant their peg, for example. So almost like staking a claim in a plot of land.
Yeah.
The marathon runners, like the first three participants, three participants went through, I speak under correction, they then opened for the rest of the public.
Okay.
So you didn't have to be a runner to participate. You'd actually just buy a ticket and you'd stand in line, waiting until the marathon would be, most of the runners came through, and then the public would be able to go through. And my mom actually won, I think it's 2 diamonds. She'd won already in that instance.
So were they polished?
Polished, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, polished.
Okay.
Yeah, but as you know, nobody's allowed to own rough diamonds. So
without the permit,
so the polished diamonds would be sponsored by, I would suppose, De Beers at that stage.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was quite a huge fundraising event for a lot of small businesses in Kimberley. But me being very small, it was quite exciting. I remember there was one that I actually didn't want to attend because I was playing video games.
Okay.
And I refused to go. I didn't want to go.
You don't want to go pick up diamonds?
I didn't want to go. and I was kind of forced to go. I was very upset. But we went, and that's actually the day that she won the one diamond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what they would do is they would hoist a guy on like a crane, and he would have, I suppose, different markers that's weighted, and he would just throw them all out. And if one of those markers landed close to where you pegged planted your flag, then you'd get that particular prize, or that prize, the number would be linked to a certain prize.
Okay.
And they would give away a number of things from different sponsors around the city, like fridges, microwaves, dishwashers. As growing up, dishwashers was quite a thing. Fridges, appliances. Anything that could have been sponsored as a gift, they would be able to give away. Cash prizes, etc.
Yeah. So working with diamonds, which I think you do quite often, every day, if I may say. What's the first thing that strikes you? What detail always, draws you when you hold a stone?
It's quite a tough question, actually. But firstly, I guess I'm always looking at just the unique shape and sort of the features that's designed on the stone that stands out. Sometimes you'd find a unique inclusion that's found inside the stone that has a particular shape, it has a particular color. Sometimes you'd have like a different type of mineral that's sometimes green, orange, or purple that's embedded inside the rough diamond, and that's something you need to see.
Yeah.
And it's the type of attention that you can pay to diamonds, looking for such inclusions, and I think that's what makes natural diamonds stand out so much from synthetics. You know, you really can't find those type of natural inclusions that nature provides. And
also, what you find in synthetic diamonds, I mean, the inclusions in there are they're totally different from those in natural stones.
well, I'm not lucky enough to have sorted or observed any synthetics that has inclusions, but from the reading materials, I gather that there's not much type of inclusions that's in stones, especially ones that is not formed in nature, such as other types of minerals, which can be purple garnets, or different types of colored stones that is found in the formation of diamonds when they get formed. So I wouldn't think that you'd find those inclusions similar to natural stones. Yeah.
But what interests you the most? Maybe not the detail that strikes you first, but what excites you about diamonds? Are you more excited by natural stones, polished stones? Because we tend to think diamonds are what do they call it? A lady's best friend. So
Yeah.
usually when I talk about a diamond, or just anyone, when they talk about a diamond, they talk about getting it for engagement or anything like. But I think you look at them quite differently. What's interesting for them, for you in diamonds?
I think it's just the unique shape that you find natural stones in. No two is alike. No matter how much you try to compare, you wouldn't find anything that is as similar to one another. It's almost as unique as an individual's fingerprint.
Yeah.
So completely unique. You can't judge two diamonds the same as what you would. Maybe once they come out polished flawlessly, it'll be challenging to spot the difference. However, diamonds do grow with different grains, and with
like trees, they have
grains. So UV lights will maybe be able to pick up microscopically the different grains in stones and so forth. But to have something with inclusions once it's polished, you can really identify it as your own diamond.
Quite interesting. So what about the color? Do you get certain colors coming from certain areas or countries, or just any color comes from anywhere when it comes to diamonds?
Well, so far over the history, what we've studied with diamonds is that there's certain colors that's synonymous with different mines in different locations. We know that, like for Australia, for example, had quite a lot of purple stones. That
Purple diamonds.
Purplish blue. That used
So
to come from
does a certain
Australia.
color? Sorry to interject. Does it mean a certain color tends to be more valuable, or how
Yeah,
does it work?
different colors are more valuable than most. So,
Yeah.
and the more unique the color is, the more valuable.
Okay.
We know that Brazil doesn't have a mine, but Brazil was one of the only countries to actually have alluvial red diamonds, for example. Same as what Australia also used to have, purples, blues, reds, pinks.
So what's the
and,
most common color?
Yellow.
Okay.
Yellow. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a red. If you get a red stone, it's
Very rare.
Have you seen one?
Size-wise as well.
Have you seen one?
I wish I did.
That's how rare it is.
It's that rare that you would only be able to see them really online. Very, very scarce. like I mentioned, Australia was lucky enough to have a mine that used to yield quite a lot of red stones. But the unfortunate thing with the red stones is that they weren't. They were quite small. There wasn't very big sizes in red.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they usually come. When you mean small, what do you mean small?
Well,
How
small,
small?
like half a carat to 1 carat, maybe 2 carats.
Mm.
I haven't seen really something. I haven't seen. I haven't read up on what's the biggest, but there are. But with any auctions that you research, you don't really find big red stones. And also the red is quite a unique color because it kind of falls in the same line as browns. So you have to really grade the stones quite nicely
So
to make
brown
sure
would be
that
more
it's
common.
brown is very common. Yeah, yeah. So you have to really grade the stone quite nicely to make sure it's 100% red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I was to get a diamond ring for my significant other, what do I look at? What would you advise me to look at? Because I think what we tend to do is, I want a 1 carat, I want a half a carat, whatever. I want a pink diamond. What can I look at when I want to buy a diamond?
Well, it depends.
Besides the wallet.
Well, it depends. Usually the woman decides what they'd like, a 1 carat or half a carat.
Yeah, but the fact that they decide doesn't mean
that they're gonna get it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So usually, if you were for guys, the best advice I can give for guys is, you know what, find out what the size is close to us that you can afford, and maybe go what we call a size break below that.
Okay.
So
just explain what that
be
means.
honest. So, for example, to get a
size break.
1 carat diamond, it needs to weigh 1.00 on a scale
Okay.
that the jewelers will have, or it'll be graded to weigh 1.00. But then you go for something that maybe weighs 0.92, 0.93 carats, for example, because that, in a sense, looks and feels exactly the same as a 1 carat stone. But it's not a 1 carat stone, and
So visually it looks the same.
Visually, it'll look the same.
How different would the price be?
Oh, it's
From
quite
0.9
huge. It's
something
quite a huge
and-
jump. You can maybe save up to 50%.
You hear that, guys?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So it'll just depend on also where you're looking to get from retailers that are renowned, or if you're lucky enough to know manufacturers. Which you are here in Botswana. There's quite a few local manufacturers that can sell directly to public. As yourself working for a diamond company, you can be in contact with them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what else can they look at? What about the color? Is it also the one you can afford? Which colors look nice on jewelry, or does that have to do anything with anything? Right, really?
Well, color, for me, the whiter the stone, the more unique it is. It's also very high value. So your DE colors, DEF, they're nice white stones, maybe set in yellow gold. It'll bring out the nice white color of the stone. But it'll also maybe, depending on the setting itself, it can absorb some color of the gold. And it might just seem a little bit not as white as what it could. But it all depends on the setters and how the jewelers will set the stone. If you do go a few colors down, GHI maybe, you could save some money there. In terms of clarity, you can maybe save a little bit by not going to the internally flawless VVS categories, which is very, very small inclusions, or slightly included.
So the lesser the inclusions, the value, the higher the value.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for me,
Is this something is this something you can actually ask the salesperson in the jewelry shop to say, can I see why this is VVS? Can they show you? Is it something you can ask? Is it something that you can negotiate on? Looking at it when you're in the shop, when you want to buy.
so these days, consumer confidence is one of the trademarks of the natural industry, where we really want clients to know exactly what they're buying, why it's been valued at that price point particularly, covering all the 4 C's of what presents to you the diamond value. And most stones should be accompanied with a certificate from a grading lab, for example. One of the most renowned grading labs globally is called GIA, the Gemological Institute of America. So
I think we have one here.
they would. That's a certificate that you can actually you can request stones that has been graded. But I do know in terms of value specifically, a lot of manufacturers wouldn't have all their stones graded to be able to save some money.
Okay.
And
It's
obviously,
still a diamond, but it's not taken to the lab.
Yes.
Just to that lowers the cost.
yeah, that
Okay.
lowers the cost for them, and that's usually amongst the smaller sizes
Okay.
that we're talking about.
Okay.
Usually 0.25 of a carat, which is a quarter carat, or 20 points under a carat. So 20 points is about 0.20 carats.
Yeah.
Those sizes they wouldn't usually get graded. So usually from a 0.25, 30 pointers upwards, and especially if stones are hitting size breaks. So it's just over a nice size, a 30 pointer, 50 pointer, 1 carat, 2 carat, 3 carat, for example. Once they hit the size breaks, there will be a certificate that will be attached, and that's where you would be able to see that you are purchasing something that's graded
Yeah.
to that standard. Yeah.
Wow. Tell me something. What's the issue with black diamonds? Are black diamonds really a thing? Is there anything? Is there such a thing as a black diamond?
Yeah, there are actually some black diamonds, and I was lucky to see some. It's not a bad idea to own a black diamond in terms of the jewelry design, the look and feel of the piece itself. I've seen a lot of black diamonds usually set in men's jewelry specifically, which gives a different design, different look and feel. However, a lot of diamonds, black isn't the most occurring natural color of a diamond.
Okay.
So you might find something that has a lot of inclusions, black inclusions, that can cause the color of the stone to be black.
Okay.
But majority of the time, sometimes the stone is just so filled with those inclusions, it can be very brittle as well. That can easily break. So we find that sometimes jewelers actually treat the diamonds to be able to get the black color. I'm not so sure about the process, but I think it's got to do with heat and pressure. That will actually alter the color of the stones. And it's usually poorer quality stones that they treat to get the black color, which then maybe allows them to ask for a slightly higher asking price for the diamonds. Because it's no longer then based on the 4 C's, it's based on the jewelry design that they're selling you. If you're requesting black diamonds and you want the jewelry piece, that's what you're going to pay for a diamond that is actually not as valuable as what you'd actually think. Yeah.
So black diamond could literally mean just a dirty stone.
Basically, yes.
But I must say it looks good on some pieces, especially on gold. On gold, like it stands out.
Yeah, no,
on a gold
definitely.
piece.
And then that's what you're paying for. You're paying for that look.
The aesthetics, yeah.
And that's what the designer will be interested in mocking up for you if you're interested in designing your own jewelry piece with a black diamond.
So I just want to talk about the careers in diamonds. We hear a lot about what we call a diamond tear. What is a diamond tear in your opinion? And I'm saying in your opinion because I think I've heard a lot of different descriptions of what a diamond tear is. What is a diamond tear in your opinion?
For me, the truest definition of a diamante is an individual who understands the value of an item once he first sees it in its natural form, a rough diamond, He's able to attach a value to it based on its a polished outcome, which will cover the color, the clarity, the carat weight, and even the best polished cut. In other words, the shape of the polished stone that will come from it. Understanding that value, and then also having the ability or capability to either have that rough stone cut and polished, maybe set into a jewelry piece, and then have the end consumer purchase the product, or participate in the value chain as a rough dealer that will have the contacts that can cut and polish the stone, that will then further trade it on to getting it set in a jewelry piece, that it can make its way to a consumer. So it's about having the capability of understanding that value and where you can create further value for the actual rough raw product further down the line.
And how does someone become that? Is it just how does someone become that?
I think it's for me it's experience, it's exposure. A diamantaire that really understands diamonds has seen millions of carats, hundreds of thousands and millions of 2 millions of carats over their careers.
Wow.
And I wouldn't be able to say how much thousands of or hundreds of thousands of carats I've seen over my career, because it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you exactly what I've seen. But I can tell you what has meant something to me, that has stood out significantly in my career. Different types of diamonds that I've seen over my career, that actually would help maybe create a bit of a understanding of somebody's experience, you know. And it's not to say that you need to see some significant stones that is world renowned,
Okay.
that everybody's seen to make you a diamantaire. But it's maybe understanding what the potential of a raw product is, and to see its value forward into the future. So I think that is why maybe you've heard over your career and your inquisitive mind of what is a diamantaire, what makes a diamantaire, how do we define it, you know?
Absolutely.
Because it's nothing that's out there that you can attend a university and get a gemological diploma and all of a sudden you know diamonds.
Doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way. You need to get that experience. Like even doctors perform hundreds of mock operations before they actually begin to operate.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So just before I let you go on the diamonds, I think there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to diamonds. One of the things is, someone thinks 1 carat is as big as my fist. But I wanted to find out from you, what are some of the misconceptions we hear about diamonds? What are some of the wrong things you've heard about diamonds when you're just hearing people around?
Sometimes it's quite funny that a lot of people believe what they've got in their wedding rings is an actual diamond, which is also not really fair to assume.
Do you mean people buy a diamond in a shop
Or
a stone thinking it's a diamond?
Yes.
It's not.
Yeah. And sometimes people buy stones that is what we call simulants. So it simulates the effects of a diamond, and they believe that they do have a diamond. And it's strange that it's really, it's not fair to say that they shouldn't believe in it, but it's the whole story behind diamonds that makes it so fabulous to at least strive to getting one day. That's why diamonds are also sold in particular markets, because we know it's quite a valuable item. We know that the Western world is one of the major consumers of polished diamond jewelry. for occasions such as weddings. And one of the misconceptions I could say is that diamonds aren't just meant for weddings, I believe. So in my opinion, my upbringing, where my dad could afford a diamond jewelry piece for my mom, it would be a special occasion. So diamonds are meant for those special occasions. That earmarks
I've
a
seen
moment in life.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of campaigns where, different companies will have a campaign where, they're encouraging women to buy diamonds for themselves, either pendants, earrings, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not to wait for the engagement to buy a diamond.
And it shouldn't be that. It needs to be able to mark something symbolic in your life. And like I mentioned to you, my dad bought my mom a diamond because I like to believe because it was I was born, but it was actually to replace an Australian holiday trip, first overseas holiday trip that didn't happen because I was on the way.
Yeah.
So I was worth the value of that diamond. So, for me, it's one of those things.
Is it true that a diamond can break?
It is true.
So a diamond is not hard, or am I mixing two things that are not?
No.
Here?
You're not mixing up anything. I think people need to understand that the opportunity of a diamond breaking is based on its molecular structure. Like we mentioned earlier on, diamonds have grains. Two of the grains are very strong, very hard bonded atomically. Kind of really unbreakable. And there's one unfortunate grain that's as weak that diamante, a cut and polisher, would actually just be able to split apart with a gentle tap. In fact, I know a colleague many years ago, she knew somebody in the story that she told, so this is kind of hearsay, who had a diamond ring set in a ring and accidentally knocked it a little too hard somewhere with a normal natural movements, and the stone broke in half. And that you can't repair a diamond.
So you can't glue it back together.
Well, I suppose you can glue it back, but it's not going to look the same.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing about diamonds. If you go for a poorer quality diamond, and it's already got an internal crack that's maybe running across its face at a certain angle, there's an opportunity that a hard tap you might just break the stone.
Interesting.
So I would really caution people to maybe not get stones with a huge crack across the face. Although some cracks are that they can be designed to hide away in the jewelry piece, so it doesn't look, because diamonds reflect a lot of light. The crack will reflect some light, especially if it's a clean crack, and you won't see it that easily. Because nobody walks around with a 10 times hand magnification
to check whether
to check everybody's diamond ring.
Stones,
So I would say something slightly better than what we call a I1, which is included. So maybe going into the SI range, slightly included. That's like sort of your mid-range of polished diamond jewelry that you can actually save quite a bunch on in terms of cost.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
And they still look good.
As a seller, you don't have to disclose that, because I think people just buy diamonds, right? They don't necessarily know what's in there. We tend to be guided a lot by price, which I think is some kind of symptom or sign that this stone could be valuable. But is it the duty of the seller to disclose that this stone has this and this? I know you talked about the grading report, but if I would imagine if I bought a stone and I didn't know and I find a crack or it breaks, I'll be hurt by that.
I don't think it's the seller's duty to disclose. I think the seller's duty is to identify the best jewelry piece, the best stone that fits the consumer's pocket, but also advising the consumer what is the better of the individual stones that will suit the individual's pocket. So you might find somebody will be able to afford something that's in the SI2 range, and the
So
seller will
these are
have
inclusions you can see.
the seller will have 5 stones in particular. But we know that the grade SI2 can have a number of different looking stones.
But still on the same
But in the same grade,
Mm.
maybe, and the same value.
Mm.
So to create the desire for the client, you could show them what the worst looking SI2 stones looks like, and then you can show them what the better looking SI2s looks like. I've also heard a diamante say that there's a misconception about the various C's in what is the best value to go for. And he was asked the question, which of the C's would
the
he
most
go
valuable.
after for
Okay.
as what's the most value for him.
Okay.
And he said the cut is one of the C's that he would really interrogate a lot. And the cut grade, how well the stone has been cut and polished with the correct angles, the correct proportions, the correct symmetry, will really help bring out the best reflections of the stone
Okay.
and create the opportunity for the polisher to hide lots of inclusions and just make the stone really look great.
Oh, wow.
And as a seller, I would rather present those kind of stones than to clients. I would even, if I was trading in stones, I would be able to I'd rather just first look at acquiring those types of stones, because you don't want to acquire poor looking cut grades, because the GIA has 5 different cut levels that they will grade stones as, and we know that majority of manufacturers, they're no longer even looking at the really poorer cut grades. They're really focusing on the 2 best,
Okay.
which is excellent and very good. So I would really strive for stones that is in what we call in the industry as the triple X grade.
So those are the best
Yeah.
cut.
So those that will look at the polish, they'll look at the symmetry, and they'll look at the cut grade and grade them all excellent. And that will really bring out the best of the stones.
Interesting. I really want us to end this episode, but I want to switch a little bit to linking diamonds to spirituality. Do you think they are spiritual? I'm saying this because I've heard they're so spiritual, even more spiritual than salt.
Okay.
Do you think they are? They are spiritual.
I wouldn't. Well, we know that diamonds have been around. Well, they've been formed for close to 3 billion years ago.
3 to 4 billion years ago.
Carbon dated through geologists.
Ching.
I mean, that's the amount of education that and investment in research has gone with diamonds. I think we know that in India, diamonds have holds quite a significant value in terms of wealth. But we know that diamonds mines has run out in India.
Okay.
And I think it was dated close to 3,000 years ago that there was diamond mines or diamonds found in India.
Yet India is very significant in the industry.
And that's why India is so significant in the diamond industry, because of the involvement in the diamond industry for all these centuries, you can say.
Wow.
It's become family businesses. It's become family and industry that families work in together. Husbands, wives, even kids follow their parents in the industry.
Wow.
Seasonal cutters that comes in once the shipments come in, they will move into the factories and cut diamonds when they're not in the farmlands. And if we look at history going back, we know that it's involved into depicting wealth of various countries and
Like the
the
UK.
various cultures.
Yeah.
But I don't know about spiritual, really.
I heard this from someone who said they actually had this from Steven Seagal,
Yeah.
the actor. This guy said he had it from him that diamonds are so spiritual. Even when you sleep, to an extent that when you sleep, you need to. This is not my opinion. This is what I just heard. Okay, even when you sleep, you need to cover them. They're so special in that way that the fact that they're just lying there means something. And I want to imagine that's why they are closed. They are locked up in the vault at the end of the day in a jewelry shop. But anyway, that was just something that I had. Apparently, they're very spiritual. So, especially that they date back to millions and millions of years, as old as water. Are you a spiritual man though yourself?
I am. I am. I do believe that there is a greater being that is above us, that's looking over us. I do believe in Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Are you a Catholic?
No.
Oh.
I'm Anglican, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do believe that your individual relationship with God is your own. And it's how you have that relationship with God. I know some people have a very open relationship around their spirituality, and they're very open about their spirituality. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I believe, for me personally, my relationship with God is my relationship with God. So I'm not going to tell, I don't go around spreading my relationship with God with a lot of people, although the Bible do say we should do that.
Isn't that going against what the Bible says though? Or are you saying you won't impose yourself?
I won't impose myself unless it's two Christians getting together and they're sharing how God has really impacted our lives and we're discussing it. Then I will do that, yeah.
Have you always been a Christian? Well, you probably have always been a Christian, but have you always believed the way you believe? Or there's some situations in your life that really either increased your belief or decreased it? Whatever you can share. Only what you can share.
That's not a hard to answer question. I think every individual goes through life where they find moments where they doubt. They ask themselves, why are they going through this particular phase in their lives? Why has this happened to them? And I think it takes a certain person to work their way through that, to come out on the other side and they're seeing and understanding why they actually went through it actually makes them a better and a stronger person. And how quickly they work through it depends solely on them. But also I think it takes a certain type of personality to understand that whatever you go through is not meant to put you down.
Okay.
It's there to make you stronger. It's there to help you grow. And just how much you grow is dependent on you. So not everybody will handle the same situation in the same way.
And what do you think about what you are seeing around in terms of belief? I know you said you don't want to impose, but what you're seeing around in terms of, do you think people still believe in God, or we have more people not believing? I know it's not for you to judge, but just what you've observed.
I think there's a lot of people that believe in God. I do, however, believe humanity has lost their way to the point where they're looking for the quick success or the quick fix or the satisfaction or craving of satisfaction that needs to be satisfied instantly. And there's quite a lot of books out there that actually use the words instant gratification. And I think the more the world focuses on that, the more we tend to lose ourselves and not realize why we actually hear what we actually need to be doing. And one of the things that I've grown accustomed to asking myself or telling myself what my purpose is just to do the right thing. That's why I'm here. If it's within my power, whether it be financially, physically, spiritually, if I am able, doing the right thing is what I need to do. Regardless of opinions, because I'm not in the world, I'm not in the life, I'm not in this life for people's opinions about me. It'd be good if people's opinions would be positive, but we know that people's opinions can very easily be negative. But I'm not in it for opinions. It's about doing the right thing. If Kamo needs assistance tonight and it's within my ability and capability, then I'm there, And that's what we need to be for each other.
Absolutely. Anton, thank you so much for this discussion, man. I just want to throw a few quick fire questions for you before we close. Okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Can I ask anything? Totally anything? Are you sure?
I'm an open book.
Okay, let's start with cars. Ne? VW or BM?
VW.
Tint or not tinted?
No tint.
No tint.
There's a reason for that, though. I'll tell you.
V6 or V8?
I love a V8. I love the sound. In fact, the guy that I'm staying next door has got a Mustang. 5-liter V8.
I think I know who you're talking
cold
about.
start. It's a nice red one.
Yeah.
Cold start. It's awesome. It puts my little 3.2-liter V6 to shame a little bit. But yeah, V6, economical / power. It's got a good sound. So yeah, I'll go for a V6. My dad used to drive a V6 converted Caravel as well. That also had a nice sounding exhaust tone. So yeah.
Interesting. So round or Marquise?
Round.
Moissanite or cubic zirconia?
Diamond.
I thought you were gonna say that. No, diamond. No. You have to choose between the two.
Moissanite or
cubic zirconia?
Moissanite. I would go for moissanite.
Why?
Moissanite is not such a natural occurrence as well, isn't it?
Yeah. They're all made in the lab.
Yeah. So I would go moissanite.
Cool. Anton, thank you so much for making the time, man. We learned a lot about diamonds from you. I feel like we didn't talk about a lot of things that I would have liked for us to talk about. So thank you so much. Just before we close, I know I'm saying this for the many times. How easy is it to understand, the 4 C's for someone who's new to diamonds? Is it something that you can learn? Is it something that is easy to learn?
I think it's easy to learn. It's maybe harder to interpret. I think that's where we can further explore a discussion between learning and interpreting 4 C's. And I think that's where people challenge or are challenged to understand. Because somebody that I worked with for many years always used to tell me, at this stage, I myself sees 5 things wrong with a stone. With his career and his experience, he sees 20 things wrong with the stone. And I guess it's about building up to those 20 items. Not to say that it's limited to 20.
There could be more.
There could be more. But it's just about understanding how in detail you need to interrogate something. The 4 C's of stones. Some of the C's is a little bit more easy to interpret than others. So yeah, I guess it's about interpretation rather than learning.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anton Starr, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your time. Cheers. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.